Hi, I'm Marty Levinson, and welcome to the Northtown News Magazine.
Hi, I'm Marty Levinson. Welcome to the Northtown News Magazine.
Hi, I'm Marty Levinson, and welcome to the Northtown News Magazine.
For the identity of the real Marty Levinson, please stay tuned for the Northtown News Magazine.
Come on, baby, don't you wanna go? Come on, baby, don't you wanna go?
Hey there, I am really Marty Levinson. Don't let anybody fool you. Welcome to the Northtown News Magazine show with the greatest cameraman around, Sonny Hirsch, and your host, Avi Myers.
Thank you, Marty. Avi Myers, Northtown Neighborhood News Magazine, a presentation of Sonny Hirsch and myself. Dial us up on the web at www.ntnm.org. All our shows are on YouTube. Click on the pictures on the NTNM page, or you follow the links to YouTube. Close to 250,000 shows watched. Thank you very much. Community Policing, caps24.org. And now, we don't usually have somebody on the show again this quickly, but she did such a good Marty Levinson. She really did. She entered the Marty Levinson All-Star team very first time around, and you'll get to see some more takes on that in the coming weeks. We'd like to introduce you to a candidate for the school board of Wilmette District 39, I believe.
Yes.
Jack Benny, that's how I remember. And,
District 39?
Yeah.
Oh, there we go.
And that's Jasmine Hauser. Jasmine, how you doing?
Great. Good to see you again.
First of all, good to see you.
Yeah.
Always a pleasure.
Thank you for having me back. This is a real treat. Thanks.
My pleasure. So let's talk about the campaign. You're buying billboards, TV time.
All of it. I got a spot coming out on the local news. No, I'm teasing.
Yeah.
No, I'm running a real shoestring budget here, and
Yeah.
I'm trying to use my resources wisely, and got some flyers out and doing a couple of email blasts, and also people have asked me, do you have a web page? And I said, you know what, I'm going the Facebook route. So people can find me on Facebook. Jasmine Hauser, Jasmine, Hauser, Hauser, for D39 Wilmette School Board. So.
Yeah, I'm afraid of yours on Facebook.
Yes, you are. That's my private page. But
Right, okay. Yeah, this is the public page for the school board. So now how many people wind up, is this like for all of Wilmette?
It's for 6 schools. Now, it's interesting because I grew up on the East Coast where we had one school K through 6,
Yeah.
and then another school 7 through 12. Well, here my children have gone to 4 different schools. There's the elementary school, which is K through 4. Then there is the middle school, which is 5, 6.
Yeah.
Then there is this Wilmette Junior High, which is 7th and 8th. And then they'll be going to another one when they get to New Trier, and then another one for the 10th through 12th. So there are several schools, but this feeds 6 schools. We have 6 schools that we're working with, and of course we also meet the needs when we can of the other schools like St. Joe's, St. Francis, and have rapport with them as well.
Oh, so those are private schools, I assume?
Yes, they are. And of course there's Ronald Knox Montessori, and we just like to keep, when I say we, I mean the school district likes to be able to know what the other needs are around in the community, and because we get some of the kids from St. Joe's sometimes for special education classes. Oh
yeah, that's right. As a matter of fact, being a member of the Jewish community and all that, yeah, the public school services that are available to anybody also apply to the kids going to religious or private schools also.
Right.
Are able to avail themselves of some of those things. Now, of course, this is a non-paying job, which people should understand that when we're talking about the budget.
Absolutely, no, yeah, this is completely, wanting to serve, serve in your community, have an impact, and engage with not only the administrators and the school board, but also with the community, and find out not only for the teachers, the students, but also the taxpayers and the residents, because they're the ones that ultimately, and the businesses. Right now, we're having an election in our village as well. And
that'd be mayor, city council, whatever you call it.
Well, it's not mayor. It will be our president of our village.
President.
Village
okay.
Board of Trustees, right? And we have 2 people running there for president. And you
And
know,
of course, it's Tuesday, April 9th, and throughout many of the suburbs, those elections are occurring.
right, Tuesday, April 9th, but there's also early voting, which begins Monday, I believe it's March 25th, and it runs all the way till Saturday, April 6th, and that's at Centennial Ice Rink in Wilmette from 9 to 5, and they can, of course, go to the website and check it out.
And of course, you're the very first name on the ballot.
I am the first name on the ballot. That took some effort on my part because we were supposed to turn in the ballots right in the heat of the holidays. December 17th was the first day you could file, and we were going to see my mother, who's out in the East Coast. And I said, you know what? I don't want to wait till the last minute. I want to get in there so I can enjoy my holiday because I have family here that we were hosting, as well as then going out to the East Coast. So I got in there right at the first one in.
Cool.
So that was
And
good.
name on top of the ballot definitely is worth something on election day. There's no question about it.
Yeah, can you explain that to me? I'm not sure why is that?
Yeah, and it's funny. It's like the most intelligent people, when they go into a voting booth,
Right.
get very stupid. And they figure if you're on top, it's like being the headliner.
Oh, well, thank you. I'll take that.
So they don't realize how random it is. I mean, in your case, obviously, everybody had a smile on you and put you first.
No, there you go.
But,
That's right.
I mean, anybody who does that kind of Marty Levinson deserves to be first.
Yes.
But the fact is, somehow they feel you're more important if you're the top line. And it can mean anywhere from an extra 5 to 10% of the vote. And that's almost every election all the time.
Well, this election, I think it might, it's going to be probably a low voter turnout. We had an election yesterday in the 2nd Congressional District here in Illinois, and I'm not sure if the turnout was as great as I think some of the candidates
turnout was
hoped.
absolutely horrid beyond belief. I didn't see the final numbers, but the turnout was But, a lot of it has to do with the area.
Right.
I mean, in Wilmette, people would tend to care more than they would. I mean, that's my old congressional district, as a matter of fact. But,
Right.
The way it is there, nobody votes even if there wasn't a blizzard. If it was 75
That's right,
degrees,
there was
nobody
the
would have come
blizzard.
out and nobody would have voted.
I was out there shoveling as it was coming down, so I thought, you know what? They're going to have a tricky time down there in the 2nd Congressional District, but hopefully when we have our election April 9th,
Well, see,
we'll get a good turnout.
people care more. I mean, they just do. In Wilmette than they would on the in the south suburbs.
Well, we are facing some challenges in District 39, as the entire state is, with Springfield being a mess that it is, with almost $9.5 billion in unpaid bills. That is affecting budgets, school districts all across the state. So I'm hopeful to be able to go in there and be part of the solution on that. Part of my upbringing was being one of 7 children raised by a single mom, so you had to get creative and think outside the box in order to make ends meet.
For sure.
Yeah, so hopefully, not only that, but also my husband has a small business that I help him with occasionally or part-time, and I see what goes on in making decisions to keep a bit, that's a business afloat, but, decisions you have to make and prioritizing and living within your means. We can't be spending more than we're taking in. So we have some challenges ahead, especially with the mess that Springfield's in. So because we can't rely on that funding. Do you know what I mean?
No, very much so. Listen, I downsized my business deliberately at one point in time. Well, first of all, as small as I was, the way the state used to bother me, or government agencies would bother me for the stupidest things. I mean, I used a gallon of developing chemicals a month, and I actually had HEW come in and have me document that I was getting rid of them environmentally correctly.
So you felt sort of nickeled and dimed and always.
Well, I was doing things right, but I mean, how much, like the government's going to let some guy devote like hours and hours and hours to how I get rid of 1 gallon of developing chemicals for photographic paper?
Right.
I mean, that seems like kind of an odd allocation of resources.
Well, there are efficiencies I think that you're going to be able to, you're going to have to look for, and as we move ahead.
Oh no! Listen, if you stay in business that way, I just downsized. I mean, there was stuff I didn't want to deal with. This economy has also it's the nature of the business. But we want to talk about you. So you are running for school board.
Yes.
You are in District 39, the Jack Benny district in Wilmette.
Tell me why it's the Jack Benny district.
Oh well, the old Jack Benny show. The joke was that he was 39 years old.
Ah, okay.
And
always.
He was actually
never
always,
aged. Okay.
always. And he was in his 60s and 70s when that show was filmed.
he sounds like my mother. I just talked to my mother today, and she was like, oh, she's going backward. I said, are you? Yeah, she's going down. She's decreasing in age. So District 39, yes, it encompasses Wilmette, but not all of Wilmette. We're right next to District 37, which feeds Avoca. And that's a very fortunate district in that they have a big business base, the Edens Plaza. And so they get a lot of the tax revenue from the Edens Plaza. So what I hope to do is to have to work with the village board, like I said, there's an election there, and get the Board of Trustees to really attract new businesses, which is in downtown Wilmette. It's a great area. They've got some of the best restaurants there and a new one that just came in recently, the Big Black Dog, and we have, Depot Nuevo, and another one, a Thai restaurant. So we're attracting businesses, and I'm hoping by increasing that tax base, we'll be able to somehow there'll be a good relationship that we can, bring some of that money in and help out the district.
So either through early voting or on Tuesday, April 9th, vote early and often for Jasmine Hauser in District 39 in Wilmette. And I want to thank you so much, and good luck in the election.
Thanks so much. It's great being here.
My pleasure. Thank you.
Yes.